2nd of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
How you doing?
Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi. Welcome back to you.
All right, we are. Oh, I think we wanted to go over this Lech Hotziu B'Meishan again, which is at the top of Tzadi Zayin Amid Base, 97b. And what did we? We're right in the middle of this whole discussion over here, back and forth and back and forth. Gemora is going to be continuing with this for a while, it looks like. Yeah. So we may as well try to get. Oh, it's not so. Okay, we'll just do from the Itmar. Itmar Hamalva Escavero al Hamatbeya. He's lending his friend al Hamatbeya. Rashi says, Shekotzatz loy maos.
So you're on actually 97A at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to understand what does this mean over here. What's he doing over here? Is this a sale of merchandise? Is this a loan? What is going on over here? Rashi says, "Shekotzatz lomos." He fixed the amount of money.
Phil, you got mute, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's a bit confusing over here that the Gemora calls it a halva. Malva es chavero. Literally, he loans to his friend on the coin. What exactly is he doing over here? Rashi says he was kotzatz. He made he fixed. He cut a deal. He fixed for him a mos.
Payment. Cost.
Yeah.
So there's a footnote that says that according to Rashi, he lent merchandise at a fixed price.
Oh, I didn't read the first Rashi. I see. Malva escavero. Rashi says shum pragmatia. Some type of merchandise. Malva escavero. Alamos. Shekotzatz lomos. So it sounds like it's a sale of merchandise, and they fixed a certain price based upon a certain type of a coin, I think.
It says here in the footnote, since the borrower accepted upon himself to repay the loan in currency, e.g. salayim, he must pay with the new currency, i.g. the new salayim, because the old coins are no longer considered currency.
Yeah, alat matbea. He gave him right. The terms of payment were to be in this certain coin, but that coin became invalidated.
Right.
So now what do we do? So Rab says, Rav Amar, now we go on to the other page. No sein lo matbea hayotze ba'oso shah. Rav says you gotta give him the substitute, the new one, the one that's now being circulated. The old one that they made the agreement on is no longer in circulation. So Rav says, so use the matbea which is in circulation at the Ba'oso Shah at that time.
At that time, does that mean at the current time?
Oh, good question. This is what Rashi addresses his comment to over here. Let's take a look at this Rashi. No sein lo matbea hayotze. Who wants to read this Rashi on the top of? Should we read the Rashis on the previous Amud Aleph first? The last two Rashis there. Hamal ve'es Chavero. Two short Rashis. Let's take a look at them.
All right, Hamalva es Chavero. He lends to his friend. Shum Pargamta. I don't know what Pargamta is.
Pragmatia.
Pragmatia.
From the word pragmatic, I guess.
Something pragmatic. Oh, meaning not coins, but a product.
Yeah, some type of merchandise. And still, the problem is, well, I don't know why the Gemora uses the word hamalve, that he's lending him. It's I would assume that he's selling him.
Well, let's say he says, "I'll give you this bushel of wheat, and in 30 days from now, you need to return to me a bushel of wheat." So that's not a sale. So now just change it slightly, and he says, "I'll give you this bushel of wheat, and right now this bushel of wheat sells for 10 slime. So in 1 month, I want you to give me back 10 slime." So that's also not a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't that a sale?
It's just saying buy now and pay later, no?
Well, I mean, you because I'm comparing it to the first case. But I think the point Rashi is making is that the transaction is a loan where he's saying, "I'll pay you, I'll pay back in coin instead of I'll pay back in kind."
So it's a loan because the person who is borrowing is exercising an option of repayment.
Not an option. He has to repay it.
Yes, but he's exercising the option of how he's going to repay.
But he's not giving back the pragmatia.
He has to pay back in coin. That's the agreement.
Okay.
I still think it's a sale like that. I don't know. Paying back in kind is a borrowing. So if I borrow 10 shekels and pay you back 10 shekels, that's a borrowing. If I borrow a bushel of wheat and pay you back a bushel of wheat, that's borrowing. But if I take a bushel of wheat and pay you back some money for it, That's not paying you back. That's selling. It's a different different item of repayment. In that, sort of, it's normal selling, but just later on.
What I'm thinking of is the following. We are used to thinking of, like Roy said, it's called a sale because I'm purchasing a certain item, a certain commodity, a certain service, a certain skora, merchandise, and I'm going to keep that service and merchandise and commodity. I'm not giving that back. But I'm paying for it. What does it mean? I'm paying for it. I'm giving value for it. I'm giving money for it. That's called a sale. You buy the item, and then you pay. You may pay money for it. That's called a sale. And that's what's happening over here. But there's another factor over here. What would you say if I don't have to pay it back right now? I just take the item, and I'm not paying for it now, and I pay for it at the end of 30 days, or end of 60 days, or end of 3 months, or something like that. In a certain sense, that's now looking like that's not that it's a sale that has a halakhic significance of a loan, because I'm not, in other words, when we say buy now and pay later, the Gemora is regarding that as a is calling it a halva. It's called a halva because I'm, so to speak, that's what a loan is, such a thing that you don't pay for the loan right now. You pay for it after 30 days. You pay for it after 6 months, etc.
Rabbi, I think the next Rashi might clarify this a little bit.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at the next Rashi.
Al hamat be'ah on a coin, shekitzan lo ma'os. So what is shekatzan?
It's Katsatz. It's not Katsan.
What?
It's Katsatz. It's not Katsan.
What?
That's a tzadi. That's a final tzadi. And
What does it mean?
Usually it's a that's like, it like reduces it. A kitzutz is a reduction in something that if something gets less, you take the value out of it. The money got reduced in value.
Here, this is like this language is used for agreement. There's an agreement over here. There's an agreement between them, and they fixed it's a fixed agreement.
What is maos? Is that money?
Yeah. They in other words, they fixed into the agreement that the payment will the giving back of the merchandise will be in currency. So it's a loan, and instead of giving the giving back in kind, they agreed that to fix the terms of repayment, if according to according to Mos, according to a currency, according to like the Gemora says, matbeya.
Okay, I
Because
don't, that, I thought that was gonna help, but it doesn't seem like it did. I think it's gotta be like you were saying, Rabbi, the fact that he doesn't pay back, he doesn't pay right away is what changes it from a sale to a loan.
Yeah,
And what Rashi is saying is he loans him produce, and they agree that he'll pay back in currency, but at a later date.
yeah. Okay.
So do we know the actual definitive definition of these terms of loan and buying and selling? Do we know that what the actual definitions of these terms?
Well, we're working them out.
Well, I think
We see that
this pasuk here is defining it. It's telling us it's a loan. Hamalva, he loaned.
Yeah, I see that if you take a look at Tosos, the bottom Tosos, it's the beginning of the first wide line of the Tosos. Tosos Divramaska Malva Escavero Alamatbea. Literally, it means he loans to his friend on the coin. Says Tosos, hey, what's hey? Pirish hakuntris. That's Rashi. Rashi is the explanation of the kuntris. That's Rashi.
What's a contract?
Kuntris is like a written compendium of Torah knowledge, and so Rashi's commentary on the Gemora was originally in the form of a kuntris that was distributed amongst the people in his yeshiva, and then it caught on, and to the point that there was began being distributed, I guess, all over. But of course, Tosus, they're the most of them are the son-in-laws and the grandsons, and they're all in the yeshiva over there, and so they just know it as the kuntris. The kuntris is what they have. Like if you go to a yeshiva today, you'll see, people will have they'll have a Gemora, and then they'll have this little a paperback, with different explanations and whatever on what the Gemora to try to make the Gemora more understandable. So they even have it today. But Rashi was the first one, I think, one of the first ones. And Tosus, of course, is being written just a couple generations after Rashi, So in any case, Pirusha Kuntris, Pehe, Rashi says, this is how Tosus understands Rashi. Halova lechavero, shum pragmatia. He makes a halva to his friend of certain pragmatia, different types of merchandise, things that al hamatbeya, on the coin. What does it mean on the coin? shekotzav lo b'mos. He fixed the terms of the return of the loan with money. That was that's the way Tosfos understands what Rashi's explaining from the Gemora. It's what we're trying to do is we're trying to understand what about it is a loan, because it looks to us like a sale. He's making a sale of merchandise, and he's keeping the merchandise, and he's paying for it in money. Why that sounds like a sale to us, but so I'm suggesting that the reason why it's called a loan over here is because when in halacha, whenever the terms of payments are not on the spot, so you're basically giving the person the right to usage of what it is that you lent him, and you're saying you don't have to pay back for 30 days or 6 months or whenever it is. That's what that's a loan. So there could be a so here there is a loan of the merchandise, because you're not paying right now. So if you're not paying right now, it's called, I'm giving you the right to use. You have the right to use the you're using it. And also with a loan, a loan, when somebody loans money, does he have to pay back the same dollar bills that he got?
No.
No. The minute you loan it, so to speak, to the person, he owns it. He owns those bills. He doesn't give you back those bills. He's going to use those bills for his to do whatever he wants to do with those bills. So now there's terms of payment. So generally, the terms of payment in regard to a loan of money is to give back money. And generally, but when you're making a loan of merchandise to be paid back at a later time, you can pick the terms. So so the terms that they chose over here, the terms of repayment of this loan was matbea, was money, currency. So what makes it a loan, though, is that it's not immediate payments, and so therefore there's something that's given over that's now being owned by the person that's receiving the loan, and he doesn't have to pay back for an extended period of time. That has a halakhic status of a loan.
So if I take some wheat from you and I pay you back a month later with wheat, with the same amount of wheat, have I paid back a loan? Yes.
Right. So we have to, and we fix the amount that we fix the amount of matbeh, we fix the amount of currency that needs to be paid now according to the time of the loan. And even if the currency, whatever happens, what happens if the currency goes up in value two times, doubles? What's the terms of payment are the same. And so here, what happened is that the king came along and he invalidated the coin. It sounds like. What does it say? Nifsala hamatbeya. The coin became invalidated. So now what? Now what do we do? So Rav is saying, Rav says no sin lo matbea hayotze ba'osa shah. You have to give the coin that was in circulation, but also shah at that time. So you're asking a good question, Roy. Which time are we referring to? What's the time that we're referring to? The time, if you want to say the time of the loan, that coin is useless now. What kind of a payment is that? Let's see what Rashi says. What's Oso Shah referring to? That time. He's going to pay back with the coin which is in circulation at that time.
You're on 97B now?
Yeah, now we're reading Rashi. Oh, did we finish the Rashi on the bottom of the page?
Yeah, but the first Rashi on 97B is not Osa Sha'a. It's no saying lo matbea hayotze. Am I reading it correctly, or am I in the wrong place?
Yeah,
That's
okay, right. That's right.
It's
Yeah,
just-
Rashi
it's-
didn't.
That's the next two words of that is Ba'oto Shah, that he didn't put in the Rashi words. He pays with one that goes out, one that's current at that time. The Shat Karon at the time of the debt, of payment, so to speak. The Haki Baal Allah, that he receives it for him, the Tatelo, to give him a Matbea, the coin. The High Lav Matbea, and boy, that this is not a coin, Abe, the Dafka Halvahu, the loan. What's that? Pargamita?
Pragmatia, yeah.
Pragmatia. It's a pragmatic
Merchandise.
merchandise. Aval Halava have a loan is Moed. It's a loan of money at Shehalva Michelin loan that he has to pay him. So it was a money transaction. He gave him money and he has to pay him back money.
No, he gave him produce. That's what pragmatia means.
This is not a matbea. This matbea.
It's not okay.
Elveu pragmatia. This is so specifically.
Oh, shit.